Here goes the record. And here goes the encoder.
Look like a bobble.
Don't stare, Chelsea.
You are good to go.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks.
Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Chelsea.
You know, sometimes you meet somebody and you just know that from the first moment that you want to spend your whole life without them.
Good.
Bye.
Thank you. Next.
Play that track, Dave.
Why? You're so fabulous. Yeah, I'm single, ready to mingle. Yeah, I'm single. These are the reasons why I'm single.
Stacy.
Chelsea.
Hi, honey.
Oh my gosh, hey, babe. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Oh, I have a really fun shirt on. Hashtag these curves.
Okay, these curves. Yes. I need one that says these shoulders because they get it. Yes.
I do like a good shoulder. Stacy has great ones.
Oh my God. Thanks. They're the only like part of my pre-lockdown physique that have like still maintained their like proper, whatever you want to call it, structure, shape. I don't know.
I like structure and shape. I like the thing both.
Yes, I love alliteration. Yes. But yes, that's Chelsea. I'm Stacy.
And that's Stacy.
And this is Reasons Why I'm Single. What up, America? Yeah. So, listen, we missed you all, but we
thank you for understanding that we need to have a week off.
Yes. So, but listen, we have over 200 episodes for your audio delight that you can always find on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or using the Podcast Detroit app. What up?
All of them. The Stitcher, the Switcher, the Pitcher, the
Hey, Pitcher. I see you though. Yes.
Well, guys have great vibes.
That's like, what was it? The twins, Tia and Tamara. Which one? Tamara. She's married to her husband. I think he was a baseball player or like former baseball player. And she's like, I always had a thing for baseball players. Just fantastic. So, and of course, always super thanks and shouts out to Dave for making this possible. Oh gosh. I don't know if I've ever done that because even in elementary school when kids did it, I'm like, you're lame.
You're welcome.
But then I ended up being an English major. I'm just like, oh, round of applause. Oh, it's fine. But I don't know if I've ever actually done it until just now.
Listen, today is my first day like out and about in the world. Like I know we've been open for a little bit in Michigan, but like I haven't been out. And today I had book club. So I put on a little wing eyeliner, some lipstick.
Yes. Also, shout out to Team Moon. Hey, girl. Yes.
Like I've definitely been out and like seen my family and like things like that in individual one-on-one situations, like maybe a date or 2 or 3.
Excuse me.
But I haven't been out in like a group, and so. Yeah, our book club we met outside at our friend, real name Tracy's house, and beautiful, beautiful house. And we were just chatting it up. It's really cool. It's a really cool group of girls. We're very like, it's very open to chat. Like, you know, you can talk about how you're feeling. You can talk about the shitty things going on in your life, the things that are going on in society. And it's I don't want to say it's a judge-free zone because inherently we all judge on some level, but it is like, we're not all Planet Fitness.
Are they? No, gyms aren't open yet, are they?
I've been checking my emails. I'm obsessed. I want to go back. So I'm hoping soon, but not that I've heard of. I think actually maybe tomorrow too, because we record on Sunday. I feel like the 15th, but that could be different. I could be wrong.
I know
Anyway,
salons are opening tomorrow. Cause listen, y'all, I'm wearing this hat for a reason. Listen, I ain't ashamed. So natural hair color, but like dyed hair. Like it's crazy. So I'm going with like these nice little storm streaks right here, which are pretty sweet. But I know I look cute in short hair, so don't worry. Like I'm vain enough to know that that's a thing. But also when my lady is open again, I do want to go like as light blonde as possible. And then if I don't like it, I'll just shave it all off and I'll look like this and it'll be fine. So now you know what the future looks like, America. Looks like me.
gorgeous. The future is gorgeous.
Only because you're contagious, babe.
Listen, let's should we take care of business real quick and then we can just chat?
Yeah, because I need to talk about what socializing you've been doing, ma'am.
There hasn't been much distance, that's for sure.
Oh my stars.
Good gracious me. We decided that because we didn't use very many names from last 2 weeks ago, that we were going to continue the fake name series of the day.
Hey, so the fake name series of the day is what we use to save the shade. So instead of using people's real names, we use names that are from the fake name series of the day to hide their identities. But if they heard these stories,
They know who they are.
hey, did they set a high bar? Hey, coming near or far? Hey, I shine like a superstar. Hey, I don't. Thank you. Album comes out when I'm ready. So, like Chelsea said, because it's already summer, and I always said it comes out next summer, and I'm like, listen. But also, what a great time to be writing. And sidebar, I've been saying since the beginning of this year that everyone should be like recording what they're going through because everyone's experiences are so unique. So even with adults, they're just like, this is crazy. Shout out to all the parents who have their kids like at home and had to become teacher, doctor, nurse, everything. I'm just like, dude, like, I don't know how y'all are doing it. But then when you talk to like your niece and nephew, they're like, I get to stay home and play with my parents. It's awesome. It's so interesting to see all the different perspectives. So record that stuff and hopefully we all end up in a history book. But
I got
as Chelsea was,
I got to see my niece and nephew, and like my nephew walked up to me, like grabbed my face, and he was like, Aunt Chelsea, I miss this face.
I need something to throw. It's so cute. I miss mine so much. They're in my brother, what up, bro? And his wife and kids, they're in California in the LA area. And this is the longest I've gone without seeing them because I saw them during Christmas. So I'm like, just grown now. So the last time we did FaceTime, and I always call them, the babes or the baby. So like, see you later, okay, baby, see you later. My nephew's like, we are not babies. I'm like, oh, so you're just grown now? I'm sorry. I can't handle this. He's 5.5.
I was prepared.
I wasn't. But like Chelsea said, we are going to pick up off the last series that we used, which is Shrill.
Which is great. Addie Bryant, which is great. No, 80 Bryant. 80
Second
Bryant.
cousin.
She's the lead and she's living her life. She's doing her thing and it's a good show. It's on Hulu. You guys should watch it.
Yes.
It sounds like we sponsored, but no, we really just talking about shows.
And also, listen, Hulu was the first streaming platform to enter into my life all of 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years ago, Thanksgiving, due to a Black Friday special.
Wow. Crazy. And then also, if you are listening and you're like, you know what, I want them to use my favorite TV show for the fake name series of the day, then why don't you go ahead and message us on Facebook or on at Reasons Why I'm Single or on Instagram or Twitter at RWIS, Reasons Why I'm Single podcast.
Yay! It's awesome. And also, we have a ton of episodes, so we may have used it already.
That's fair. Yeah, that's actually really, really true.
Right? Because
we've been doing this for almost 4 years.
Our anniversary is coming up.
Yeah.
Listen, I totally listen, Chelsea. I need you to know that I was looking up on Pinterest on my phone, like, meaningful anniversary gifts, like things to share on the podcast. I'm like, wow.
Like, what year is 4? Is it like just regret, or is it paper?
God, I need to look it up. I need to look it up, actually.
Okay, you look it up. So when you guys, if you were watching or listening 2 weeks ago, we talked about Amadi.
Ding ding.
Amadi
Yada,
with
yada,
a body.
yada.
Body, yada, yada.
Hey.
So it hasn't stopped yet.
Do tell.
No, you're looking up the year thing for anniversaries.
Sorry, listen, I have issues where I'm a bad multitasker.
Maybe you're just a bad multitasker.
Dude, listen, because friend named Ryan, bing, we were having a conversation. And so I said, I need to put my phone down so I can focus on someone when they're talking. I said, I don't want any distractions. They deserve my full attention. And so then we got off the phone. I would notice on Facebook, the whole time we were talking, he had all of these new posts. I'm just like, and he told me, he told me, well, maybe you're just a bad multitasker. I was like, excuse me? But he never missed a beat of anything that we were talking about. And he was still like posting, but he never missed a beat on anything. And if anything, he would ask me something, be like, when we talked about blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't.
I don't know what we were talking about.
Right? So, yes, I'm going to look up 4th anniversary, but also be listening.
This is how you know I'm in a kid's room. I just pulled out a toy I was playing with. Not a toy, like an actual toy, people. Like, it's an otter.
Traditional theme? Stop it. This traditional theme is fruit or flowers.
Oh.
I'm going to dig a little deeper, but please go ahead. Right. Oh, yeah, non-traditional was, hold on. This is just like the top Google searches. Not modern gift theme was appliances, electrical. First of all,
if our 4-year wedding anniversary shows up and you buy me a vacuum, we will have problems.
Thank you. I've seen that happen so many times, like for anniversaries or for Mother's Day. It's like, oh, you've been saying you wanted a Dyson, so I got you one. This ain't a gift.
That's a household necessity that all of us are involved in. You want it to be a gift. It can be Christmas for everyone.
Right. Like, I'm just going to rewrap it every year. Be like, oh, this is for all of us. Even though I'm the one that uses it the most.
Oh, man. Flowers and fruit, though, like, it's not even, like, that's not, I mean, it's just stuff that's going to go bad. I don't know. Unless what if they planted you a garden?
Oh.
That's
interesting. Interesting. Also, I've always wondered how couples like surprise each other with gifts, because I'm like, don't they typically share a bank account? Like, how do you surprise them? But then a handful of my married female friends, they'll be like, no, I tell them, listen, this is what I want. I want these earrings in this cut. Make that happen.
A friend of ours, mutual friend of ours that we went to school together with, let's call her Kim. She actually told me that like e-receipts ruined Christmas for her because he went out shopping and he wanted her to get the points. So he gave them her phone number. And so she just got a bunch of e-receipts for everything she bought. She goes, but I mean, I guess I knew he wasn't cheating because I got all the gifts.
Listen, freaking Love Is Actually. Oh,
yeah. Oh, that part of the movie is so sad. And then she's just standing in the bedroom crying and she has to hold herself together even though their marriage is over.
Because she didn't want to ruin Christmas for the kids. Oh, the sacrifices women make, even fictional ones.
Talk amongst yourselves. We can't. We have a podcast.
We're just gonna sit here silently. Just like maybe I'll switch up my expression every now and then. Like,
I've been watching America's Next Top Model. I could probably throw out a couple of poses.
Oh, I do need to watch it. Ooh, oh, I had a friend
22 seasons. There are 22 seasons on Hulu. Yeah.
Dude. Oh my gosh, remember my 22nd birthday? And pass. There were
Oh my God, I
Cheez-Its and there was a boudoir.
I might have seen it. Oh, love us.
Ditto. But tell me more about Amari.
Amadi. So, Amadi met my parents.
What?
Yeah. So he is like disarmingly confident emotionally. Like he is so
Aroused.
confident. Like, I mean, it's I'm not used to it. I'm used to guys that are like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about you. Like they want to play the game. They want to play the game. They want to do like all sorts of like, I don't know. And it's just it's funny because like he's like, no, I like you. I want to see you tomorrow. Like, and then my insecurities kick in and I'm like, okay, sure.
Both of us like, okay, like your other chick
Right.
bailed. That's me. Like I'm working on it, okay, America.
Like, and I know we were talking with Toy and she was like, be careful. But like, I think just because like we have shared a lot of information to each other fairly quickly, you know, but I think especially because of like Heidi's book, The Relationship Ready, like
Yes.
I just feel like I don't want to bombard him and be like, wow, this girl's got a lot of issues. But I do. I got my baggage. We've all got baggage.
We all do. Some of us it's just designer.
It's not mine.
Listen, I hit up Marshalls.
Mine's like a garbage bag of duct tape. Like it's just
Hefty makes a good bag.
Hefty.
Come on, John Cena.
So fair name.
Space between.
So
Thank you, Dave Matthews Band.
oh man. Oh my gosh, he just texted me. I am such a nerd.
I'm like, Dave Matthews?
No. I'm
I have a coworker.
Amadi.
I have a coworker, because our office is by this hotel where a lot of celebrities and stuff stay when they come in for concerts. So what Dave Matthews Band, their tour bus was there at one point. And so she was just like, oh yeah, Dave Matthews, saw them in like high school. They're really cool, blah, blah, blah. And somebody was listening was like, wait, you knew Dave Matthews? You guys went to high school together? I'm like, girl, you need to run with this. So it just was like Dave Matthews. I'm like, oh yeah, that's my boss's homeboy. Like
that's freaking great. I love it. So he was working over by my area and he was like, I want to hang out, but like he works outside sometimes and it's been very hot. And I get cranky when I'm hot and I was already hot. So I was like, no, it's fine. We don't have to hang out. I'm cranky. He's like actually working outside. I'm just like slightly uncomfortable, but I'm like, don't hang out with me. I'm a bitch right now.
You want to play or pass? Pass.
Yeah. Like, no, I don't want to play. Like the other thing is just like lady to lady and everyone who's listening, like I was my period that week. So it was just like not feeling myself. And then like, I've got this big zit in the middle of my cheek and I'm just like, great, I'm going to look terrible. So he's like, well, I'm just staying in this fence. And then when I'm done, I'm going to come over to you because even though we can't hang out, I want to kiss you. And so stupid.
I love it. Thank you.
And I was like, and he's so confident. He's just like, I want to kiss you. And I'm like, okay, come kiss me. So
I'm here for this.
It's so,
Like, what do you know? I am available.
So I'm like, okay, but here's the thing. It's hot. I'm like cranky and I've been making myself feel better. My little brother and my sister-in-law lent me their Wii so I could play video games because they're not using their Wii. And I have one game that I bought from the Wii, but then my older brother stole part of our Wii. And I was like, I can't play it. And now I'm pissed. So when I kept begging my older brother to come fix our Wii and he wouldn't. So then my little brother real name Jimmy. You guys know if you've listened for 4 years.
Prom date.
So he lent it to me, and I was playing video games. That was making me feel better. But I hadn't showered or anything yet, and I definitely didn't look like cute. Like I'm gonna meet a boy cute. So I was like, well, how long until you're here? He goes, well, I gotta stay in this fence. It's gonna be like 2 hours before I leave, so probably 2.5 hours. So it's like, perfect. I can finish playing this level, then I'm gonna get in the shower, and then I'm gonna get all cute and like take my time with my hair, do my makeup. Yeah, so then like 35 or 45 minutes later, he's like, yeah, I'm done. It's too hot. I'll be there soon. And I was like, ah, no! It's like that part of Home Alone when they all wake up and realize they're late. Like,
and they forget their kid.
So I literally like, I see, okay, here we go. So this is Stacy's hair is on the drier side. Chelsea's hair is on the oilier side. So if I go more than 2 days without washing my hair, it is grease ball stuck to my head. So, and then if I put my hair in a ponytail, it like crumps up with the line, and you don't want like just a lot of face without, need the hair down. We're trying to make a good impression on the boy. So, so I realized that I have no time now. And even like taking a shower takes me more than 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to get my hair wet because then I can act like I took a shower.
Stop.
And they were like, oh, I wasn't expecting you. I got ready right away. I definitely wasn't playing 45 minutes worth of video games. And so I go in, I wet my hair, I kind of scrunch it a little bit, and then I put on some concealer and some mascara and a little lip gloss and some bronzer. And all of a sudden I look and I go, okay, this isn't bad. And I get a text from him that says he's there. And I was like, crap, I gotta put on a bra. So I like get dressed really quick.
Oh,
I go downstairs. Now, when I walked down outside, my dad was gone. He was out shopping. He was getting groceries. And so that's why I was like, oh, it's fine, whatever time that is. And my mom is usually like inside or in the basement. She's an artist. She's painting all the time. Like, I really just didn't think there was a chance that both of them would be outside the second he pulled up.
Oh.
So thank God he's a very confident man, because he walked out like in he does painting and like house rehab stuff in his like paint stuff, and like just walked up to my dad and was like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm a body with a body. And
Come on. Listen, if he said that, dads would be like, get the flip away
like,
from my
that's
house.
nice. Bye-bye.
And I'd be like, no, I love him.
It's from Little Mermaid. Daddy, I love him. So my dad finishes emptying out the car from the groceries, and then he's got somewhere else he's got to go. Like, he didn't want the groceries to melt, so he like hops in the car and goes. Well, Amadi drives a pretty fancy truck. It's a very fancy truck, and my mom is just like, oh, look at this truck. Oh my goodness. And she's like, you know who would love this truck? Chelsea's godfather would love this truck, because, he worked for Ford, and it's a Ford. And oh my goodness, look at these details. Like, if the door had been open, she would have been inside. And
I'm surprised she didn't hop through the window.
I swear. And he is just like a very patient, nice man. And he's like, yeah, no, it's thank you. I like it. So I'm excited about it. And I'm like, okay, this is great. You can go away anytime now, Mom.
I'm rethinking this whole lockdown thing.
Then my mom walks away. I'm sure she walked away and then like went to a window, but I was just choosing to ignore that.
Of course. This is like our parents' dream. Are you kidding?
I swear. And so I'm like, so then he kissed me, and he was like, hi, you look cute. And I was like, oh, that's all thing. You told me you were gonna be 2 hours, and now that's why my hair's wet. Bullshit. So, and he's like, oh my gosh, no. Well, okay, I don't know if you have it, because Stacey, you're pretty close to me too. Do you have the world's most annoying ice cream man who drives through your subdivision?
So Normally, no, but last week, 2 times, 2 separate ones came through, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Does the music he plays have a dog barking and then like a random voice that goes, hello? And then a little bit of like ding, 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 ding music. It is the creepiest. We have the creepiest ice cream man. So all of a sudden I hear this, and then hello. And Amadi is like, what is happening? And I was like, oh, it's the world's loudest ice cream truck. You can hear it from like blocks away. And, like when my niece and nephew were here, they were like, my niece Lily was like, I think I hear the ice cream truck. I was like, everyone hears the ice cream truck. Like, it's so loud.
Oh my God.
I am sorry for anyone who can hear it. You might not be able to, but like apparently all my neighbors decided Sunday evening was the time to mow their lawn. So
I can't hear anything. That's what I was like, wait, all your neighbors are getting ice cream right now?
oh no,
That's where we were going.
You guys would most definitely hear the ice cream truck if it went by. And then so Amadi was like, do you want me to buy you an ice cream truck, ice cream cone? And I was like, well, that's cute. And then I'm like, but like, do you want ice cream? Because like, if you want it, then yes, but I'm not going to sit here and just eat it by myself. And he goes, I am trying to be cute, woman. Will you let me buy a ice cream? And I was like, okay, it's very cute, but but I don't want an ice cream. Which I was like, this just proves I was on my period because like, first off, of course I want an ice cream. And secondly,
hello,
like,
I'm a human.
And secondly, like someone else is offering to buy the ice cream. So now it's free ice cream. It's automatically going to taste better.
Hello. The only time I take a gamble at trying something different at Cold Stone is if someone else is buying or if like I have a gift card. I'm like, that's the only time. Otherwise, I do the Stacy special. What is that? It's what I'm pretty sure my insides taste like. It would be cake batter ice cream with brownie pieces and cherry pie filling.
I'm sorry.
I just realized what I said and I don't want to talk about it. But hey, who knows? Sometimes I throw in pecans. Sometimes.
Ooh, when you feel
Sprinkled on top though, not mixed in.
Sometimes I feel like a nut. Sometimes
you don't. Almond joyous nuts, mounds don't.
Sometimes you feel like it, and sometimes you don't. So yeah, I was like, literally afterwards, I was like, I totally could have had some ice cream. What an idiot! But like we kissed for like, I don't know, a few minutes, and then he was like, bye. And then later, I was like, okay. So then I texted him. I was like, hey, sorry, didn't realize my entire family was going to be on the lawn ready to greet you. So, and he was like, it's fine, no big deal. I'm like, well, you're nice. So I get inside. My mom is like, oh my goodness, a boy! Chelsea found a boy! Like, I swear if there had been one of those like ability.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Chelsea has met a Mayan.
He is confident. He has a good job and a good truck. These are today's minutes.
He's got beautiful eyes. So no, but seriously, that's the funny thing is like literally, like my mom is going the rest of the day. She's like, I'm just so happy for you. I just could tell he's just a very good person. And I'm like, okay, can you calm down, please? Can you calm down? Because I legitimately, and I have said this before, but like with the book, it has made me realize I am a little bit of a believer when it comes to emotions. Like if stuff starts to get too real, there's a Chelsea shaped hole in that wall because I ran through it to get out. Yeah.
Okay. A bit of a lever. I was like, you're a believer. I'm like, oh my gosh, me too. Wait. I'm a believer.
Yes, there you go. So
the Beatles, don't get mad.
Monkeys.
Sorry.
I wasn't mad.
America, that was for you.
There you go. Also, America, don't be mad, Stacey.
Listen, Yes, continue.
So,
Oh wait, no. There was an
no.
episode of Flirty Dancing. I love it because 2020 is Freaky Friday year. I'm Chelsea and Chelsea is me now. Like, I love. I've always said I love love, but like romantic stuff is like entertaining and good to me. Like, I've been quoting Ted Hamilton for like the past 3 weeks. Went a date with Ted Hamilton. But watching
Wow.
Flirty Dancing, which is adorable. Like this
Love,
one guy,
right?
he did a dance to I forget what Stevie Wonder song, and they're like, oh, signed, sealed, delivered. He's like, oh, that's catchy, and they're like, have you never heard this song? He's like, no.
So like you've never heard Stevie Wonder?
Right. So I feel like kindred spirits. So I've heard of the song. Clearly, I sang it,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure who the artist was. Also, I lost money on a game show for the exact reason. So, America, I already know my flaws.
We already know what's happening.
We should have went on the singles cruise.
Oh, we didn't have the money for that either. We were trying to win the money. Ooh, I got crazy on it just then. So, okay. So then he goes on a separate way. My mom freaks out. I'm like, oh my God, this is a lot.
But you've already met his parents, right?
Yeah.
Prior to this. Okay. So it's like evened out.
Right. But like, I like his parents. No, you know, somebody said this to me earlier. They said there is always going to be one of the families that is just the crazy weird ones. There's always going to be one that's crazy weird. You're never going to like have a nice normal family and meet a nice normal family. Like, so you just have to decide which one your family is and then get ready to accept the other.
Number one, I hear you on that. But number two, I think that both the like equally have a crazy part. It's just one maybe comes to the surface a little sooner.
Okay. And that's fair. That's fair. Like, obviously everybody's got their crazy side, but like,
right. That's interesting. Cause I'm just like, thinking about my bro and I'm like, but both sides are really stable. I don't know. But we definitely,
but you're an outsider in it. You're on the outside. They're on their best behavior with you.
Oh, get you a Chelsea. You can't have mine.
That's right. So
also she can make her own decisions. Also with Freaky Friday 2020, I'm crazy possessive, I've learned. Because I'm just like, oh, so we're just going on multiple dates? Oh, we met parents. Oh, so your mom met? Okay, that's okay with me. So are we taking pictures together? Like,
so he had his kids for a couple days and I didn't see him, and then I friended him on Facebook, and then he accepted my friendship on Facebook. I know.
Continue. Like this. I can't.
So here's the thing about me.
Oh my gosh, talk about you.
There's things about me. So here's the thing about me. I am a little, I don't want to say crazy, but like some people should probably. So I don't want to make it sound like I was stalking his Facebook, because that's not what happened. I did that weeks ago.
Duh. Have to do your research.
So but like, you know how in your feed it'll pull up things from like other days and whatever, like, so if it's like today's Sunday and you pull up Facebook, it'll be like the most popular things from Thursday through Sunday, you know? Yeah. So it like, this was like Wednesday. I don't remember when exactly, but it was like Wednesday, and something came up from Monday. And I was doing the math on the conversation because he and I were on the phone, and I was like, he's on the phone while he's talking to people on Facebook, and like he uses the word love as a, like how I would use the word darling.
Yeah,
so like name. Yeah, but I use it to everybody extremely casually. Like
how dare you?
I only call you babe, okay?
Oh my gosh, thanks.
Hey babe. So
Stay in your lane, Amadi. I'm just kidding.
But I call everybody darling. Like people text me, I'll be like, oh, how are you, darling? I missed you. Like it's just me. That's who I am. And he calls people love. And he had up until that point been calling me love, which made me feel super territorial. Like because
you heard me just now.
He posted this thing and then somebody else commented and was like, basically like everything's closed. So for as much as I'm complaining that like I needed to get my pedicure done, like like this is him. He normally goes and gets massages because he has like this crazy back and he's got nice shoulders. And so he posted, I need a massage. Somebody else posted same. And then he said, name the time and place, love. And I was like,
flips the table.
so then I call Stacy. And I'm like, Stacy!
What's wrong? What's going on?
And then I'm like, you can tell me I'm being crazy. It's fine. Like I accept that I'm being crazy, but how do I deal with it now?
So she explains it, and it's so funny. The story that I mentioned beforehand about being a bad multitasker. I'm like, dude, so there's that. I said, number one, I am also a woman, a lady, and if I saw that, I'd be like, oh, so we just talking to other people. Okay. And I was like, but let's take a step back. I'm like, Chelsea, I can think of several people that if you put out there, oh, like, God, I just really need a massage. I'm like, I can think of someone. The first person that came to mind was our friend Terrence.
Ding.
And Terrence would be like, ooh, I need one too. Like, want to make it a party? And I could see Chelsea be like, sure, darling, as long as I get mine first. Like, just
right.
And Terrence is a platonic friend. So I could completely see that happening. So I was like, Chelsea, I could absolutely see you doing that. So I said, I can't confirm the assumption that he's just friends with, with this woman that he had that had that back and forth with. I was like, I can completely see you doing the same thing. So it's not fair to hold that against him.
Right. And I'm like, okay, fine.
But also I'm a woman. Like my instant reaction would have been like, oh, so this is just with everyone. But then I would take a step back, rationalize it and be like, okay, but still like you have your feelings and your initial response to it. Can't deny that.
So
because I'm the best that he's ever talked to. So go on with that chick and her stupid little massages. Is she licensed? Nah. So you enjoyed that? Does she have her own table? Nah. Your behind's gonna be on her basement floor, and she's probably gonna kill you because she's stupid. I'm fine.
I mean, that may or may not have been basically what I said. So
that's how I would have responded too. He's like, how are you? I'm fine.
So Stacey's like, so maybe don't like call him out on it now. That feels like a lot. And I'm like, okay, fine, but I really want to. And he's like, she's like, I can tell. So flash forward to, two days ago, Friday, a few days ago, I don't know.
Yesterday. Ha!
All my troubles seem so far away.
Good song. And who sang that one?
Yesterday. So we're hanging out and he was like, hey, come over and we'll hang out. And I was like, are we going to hang out with your parents? I just want to prepare myself. And honestly, legitimately, it was like, he said, you should wear a dress. And I was like, all right, well, we're going to hang out with your parents. Cause like I have a dress that like cuts off here and I have a dress that like cuts off here. So like,
what kind of function are we talking about?
And so he's like, well, I want the low cut one, but yeah, we're probably gonna hang out with my parents. So like, why don't you just wear the not distracting one? And I was like, it's my favorite dress anyway. Cool. So I get over there. His mom is so sweet. She like, second she sees me, she's like, oh my God, I love this dress. I was like, oh my God, I love this dress. Thank you. Like, it's so we're talking, turns out she like watches the same soap opera that I used to watch. So we have this like extra bonding thing. There was a point where he said his mom had mentioned that his daughter's birthday was coming up and she had ordered a dress. And so I was like, oh my gosh, did the dress come in? And she's like, yeah, no, the dress came in. Let me show you. And I was like, oh, exciting. And then he turned to me. Amadi was like, I can't believe you remembered that, like, she ordered a dress for my daughter. And I was like, okay, first off, not just a dress, it's a unicorn dress. So
You never forget anything with the
Right?
unicorn in it.
Right? And I was like, secondly, of course I remembered because I wanted to see it.
Listen, like, we started at inception. I need to see this thing all the way through.
Right.
I'm involved now.
She brings it over. It's so cute. It's like light purple with pink bows and these little unicorns at the bottom, like walking around, and they've got eyelashes. It's so cute. And I'm just like, so cute. So we're playing dice. I won one of the games, and his parents are hilarious. They laugh their butts off. And then I may have drank a little bit too much. And I was like, okay, well, I can't drive home anytime soon. So let's just like hang out. And so he's like, yeah, let's hang out. Like, and then we just like hung out, and that was super fun. But then,
Was there spooning?
there was spooning for sure. But the best part was at some point I said he called me love, and I was like, hey,
About that.
about that. And I was like, I don't want you to think that like I was stalking or anything, but like I saw on your Facebook that you use that phrase. I totally get that that's your phrase to call people. I'm not implying that there's stuff going on or whatever. All I'm asking is that like call me something different, because I'm different.
I'm different. Come on, 2 Chains. I also I did a girls trip to New Orleans, and that song came on, and I was the sober one because I was like, this is a lot. I want to make sure everyone's okay. So I'm like, everyone's like got their drinks and spilling drinks. I have a water bottle. I'm like, I'm different.
So but yeah, he was like, I know exactly what you're talking about. That person I've known her since like forever. And I was like, totally get it. Don't need that explanation, because Stacey had already talked me off that ledge. And also, we're not exclusive. Like, I just want everybody to know that, like, we're not exclusive. So like, if you were dating somebody else, that's, as of right now, none of my business. But like, the possessive part of me is like, I would really like to know so that I know. I don't want to get like too invested and then it be he chose somebody else. That would suck. So
Girl.
It's all these fears. Like dating is
I bust the windows out his car. What up, Jasmine Sullivan?
Oh gosh. Well, that's like that. That's like the 11-year-old on our love episode, who said that like the definition of falling in love is like giving somebody your heart, knowing they can break it, and just trusting that they're not going to. Like that insane.
Child is so wise beyond their years.
I'm telling you, and I just like. So it's definitely hard, like knowing that you have feelings for somebody, because I haven't been in this position in a very long time, and the fact that it could be like real, and he is so emotionally confident that like, so I said to him that like I get nervous that like my brain takes it to the bad place immediately. So if I'm used to hearing from you every day and then I don't hear from you for a day, my mind says it's because I'm not worth it. He's already moved on and I should just move on. And I get that that's not super healthy, and I am working on that. But like, I literally was like, but if you want to help me along, maybe just be like, hey, I still like you.
Yeah, that's.
And then he laughed, and then he was like, ha ha ha, good joke. And then I was like,
No.
but for real.
Thank you. I'm like, it's not a joke.
And he's like, and he goes, wait, for real? And I was like, no, for real. Like if you're willing to, then yeah. So he sends me good morning, I'm still here. Have a good day. Like everything. So cute.
Oh, also there's a song we sing in church that says, I'm still here. We don't sing that in church. No, that's just on the radio. We didn't sing that one in church. But anyways, you have that now. That's so sweet though. There was actress Yvonne Orji. She plays the character Molly on the show Insecure, and so her stand-up came out on HBO. And yes, I love me some Yvonne. Like, if I were to ever get a movie made about my life, which I don't know why, but if I were to, I would want her to play me. Like, and so she was saying how just as she like gets older and everyone's just like, oh my gosh, like you're 36 and you're single. And she was just like, yeah, I am. And everyone's just like, well, maybe your standards are too high. She's like, they're not too high. I just hit a high bar and not everyone can get there. And she goes, because the things that I need from a man, she's like, I need them to like be open to therapy and love Jesus, because I can't be the only one doing work. And I was like, that is real. So the fact that, we were so transparent about doing that Heidi B's book, and it's just like, we have to do the work. So the fact that you're being open about that and being like, hey, just need you to know. And again, you're not giving like your whole biography of this is what's happened in my life, but just that little piece, like, I just need your help with this thing. Just that transparent moment just opens the door for such greater things.
It is very scary too, to be like, hey,
Oof,
this is legitimately how I'm feeling. But again, it's me putting it out there where I'm like, I know that you're not a mind reader. I know that. And because I have a really bad habit of expecting people to just know what I want or know what I'm thinking, like I have to break that narrative and make the decision to tell people what I want and tell people what I'm thinking, because my whole brain is, and I think yours is too, Stace, like, we don't want to be a burden. We don't want to be, I don't want to stress people out with my stuff. I don't want people to feel like me talking to them was bothersome, or like, I don't want to be that negative part of someone's day. And it's so accurate, right?
That is my biggest issue. The biggest issue for me is that I will do whatever I can to make sure that the other person is okay. I will ignore, number one, just as an individual, I will ignore my feelings, because Chelsea will be like, you like him. No, I don't think I have feelings. No. Chelsea's like, you actively get excited talking to person A, B, or C.
Yeah.
And I'll always just, but in terms of whenever I'm talking to someone, or dating someone, I will not talk about my issues or talk about anything that I'm feeling, because I want them to know that they're okay and that they have a secure place in me. But then I completely ignore myself, and then I am just hurting on the inside, but no one knows, because if I don't scream, you don't know that I'm in pain.
Nobody knows it but me.
That song in elementary school, like in the school district we grew up in, we sang that song. And
As a choir?
Yes! How did that happen in our suburban town that we grew up in? I was like, this gotta be confirmation from the Lord.
And I just keep thinking about the love that we had. I
missing you, and nobody knows
it but me.
The Tony Rich Project. How the heck did a bunch of white suburban kids plus a black person sing that? Like, in a public school. I thought it was the most random thing. Like, but I was here for it. Like, there's like, here are the words. I'm like, I don't need your words. I don't need your lyrics.
I know this song.
Right? Oh. I lived this song. I'm 11.
Yeah, right? Like, oh my God, that's like when One Sweet Day came out with Mariah Carey and
Boys to Men.
We were 8 years old when that song came out. 8 years old, and I would cry in the car. 8 years old, but to the point that like, but I loved the song to the point that like, if it came on in the car, my parents would change it, because I remember my dad being like, she's gonna cry, hit the button, like, and then like, I'd be like, it's just so beautiful, like somebody's like in heaven and they're waiting for you. Like,
darling, I never told you. Not now. It's a comedy show. I don't want to make you cry.
Oh,
I wanted to say always,
always be there. Oh,
and I miss the love we share. Yeah.
so I love it so much. Like I'm gonna go listen to it as soon as we're done. And
Chelsea, you're
Boyz
okay?
II Men,
I'm fine.
love Boyz
I
II
just
Men.
listened to
Mariah
the
Carey,
song.
love Mariah Carey. They come
Love
together.
Boyz II Men.
Like I was so excited when 98 Degrees and Mariah Carey came out with a duet because I was like, oh my gosh, it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's called Thank God I Found You. It's Thank God I found you. I was lost without you. Yeah. My
Forgot.
every wish and every dream has now become reality because you brought the sunshine, completed my whole life. Yeah, I love
Wow.
this. And I was like, oh my God, it's about heaven too. Do you know the craziest thing? This is my crazy girl moment, and I'm going to tell you guys the craziest thing is that I'm telling you guys because 100% he knows the podcast. He could be listening right now and be like, wow, she's effing nutballs. So
Listen, once again, this is how you know when we truly like someone. We tell them about the podcast and then we have them listen to it. It's scary as crap.
His
Scary.
response was, I don't even know how to listen to podcasts. And I was like, I'll show you if you want.
Because Chelsea's the tech savvy one in 2020.
That just shows you what happened to the world. But yeah, so like we're dating and it's fun. And he's got his kids this weekend, so I haven't seen him in a couple days, but I'm gonna see him tomorrow. So
Oh,
I like him. It's stupid. But no, here's the crazy girl thing that I did. So I like to listen to, I've been watching the 22 seasons of America's Next Top Model on Hulu.
be on top.
I do. Yeah, I'm gonna let that slide. Sorry, Dad. I do.
My insides, her positioning, science.
So it's just science. So yeah. So anyway, he every time I've like pulled up to when we're supposed to meet, like a freaking love song has been playing. And I know there are a lot of love songs on the radio, but I don't listen to the radio. So like I either listen to Broadway, which usually has sad songs, or I listen to whatever like TV show is playing through my phone. I don't watch the TV shows, but I do listen to, I don't know. I just don't like, I'm not in a music place right now. So, but literally every time I pulled up to like meet him, I started writing them down because I was like, oh my God, look at this, another love song, wrote it down. So yeah, it's insane. So I know that's crazy, but it's like
Signs and wonders.
oh, listen, it's like I haven't felt like this in a very long time, and that's a very scary thing. And listen, you guys have been there. You know, we've had the show for 4 years.
I'm excited.
A potential. Oh, and I posted a picture of us on Instagram, and I got like a bunch of text messages from people that are like, are you official now? And I was like, oh God, we're not. Does that mean a bad thing? Should I not have done that? And yeah. And I don't know, because everybody's like, no, I guess you can do what you want, which I think actually means that maybe I shouldn't have, but I can do what I want. I look cute in that picture. I
Thank
stand by
you.
it.
Listen, because Chelsea and I were talking on the phone. I was like, we posting pictures now? And she was just like, I looked cute, so I posted it. I'm like, yeah. She's like, but I don't know if I should have done that. I'm like, the rules are there are no rules. You looked cute. Yes, you should have posted that. And also, okay, light eyes, I see you.
Dude, right? They're very pretty, aren't they? Oh,
Pretty eyes.
hey, pretty eyes.
Oh, I'm enjoying this. I'm so enjoying this. I love it when, I love it when good things happen to my friends. It was so funny because Friday night, I called you because I think it was the night before that was like, am I being crazy? So I called.
Yeah.
So I called Chelsea. I'm just like, hey, just seeing how you're doing. She's like, I'm actually pulling up to his place right now. I'm like, okay, good to hear. Have fun. Talk to you later. So I called my other friend.
No, you have to say the other thing you said.
Wait, what?
She said, protect your carnal treasure.
Have fun and protect your carnal treasure. Win a date with Dad Hamilton. So then as soon as like I get off the phone with Chelsea, I call my friend Maureen. So she picks up the phone. She's like, hey. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? She's like, I'm good, just chilling. I said, are you? I said, either you're really comfortable right now or you're mad. So which is going on here? So she's like, no, I'm cool. I'm just watching this show and everything's fine, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, I was just calling to see how you're doing, blah, blah, blah. And she, like, we had talked for maybe 8 minutes. And then she was just like, oh yeah, by the way, Mike is here. And I'm like, you didn't tell me Mike was over there. Get off the phone if you're with your dude. Like, she was just like, oh, well, he's been here. She's like, that's why I was keeping my voice down. So, because we're watching TV. So I said, get off your phone. Why would you pick up your phone? I said, also, I'm like, oh, were you spooning before I answered the phone? She's like, we were. I'm like, oh, you nasty. So I get off the phone with her. So then I call my next friend, Claire, and she picks up the phone. I said, listen, I know you're at work. I was like, but just, we need to catch up. I need to hear how your weekend was, because her and her boyfriend had a cute weekend or whatever. So then she was just like, yeah, she was like, but we can talk tomorrow night. I'm like, perfect. So I get off the phone with her and I'm just like, Jesus, I need you to know that I'm very thankful that I'm not bitter, because I just talked to like 3 like clutch friends. They're just like, with my man, bye. With my dude, bye. I had a great weekend with my boyfriend, bye. And I'm just like, so thank you that I'm not bitter, because I would I'm in a good place apparently, but Lord, just keep it together. And then I was gonna call my other dear friend Janelle. So I was gonna call her and see what she was doing this weekend, because I adore her and her husband, and also their dog is my favorite. And so I was gonna call her, and I was just like, you know what? Like, I'm doing good 3 like love situations in a row. I don't want to test my luck with a 4th one, like just in case that's what puts me over the edge. Like, forget y'all and your love. Like, crazy. But yes, I'm happy for all my friends, and I'm excited to see this as it goes forward.
Girl, me too. Who knows? He's so confident. It's so funny.
Who knows? Here goes.
Desired starting.
I can't.
Guys, if you haven't watched Rent, get it. Do it. Be about it.
Everything is rent. Also, it sounds much better because they're Broadway performers.
Yeah. Listen, thank you guys so much for checking us out. And as always, listening, make sure you go on to Apple iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. And we would love a review. If you give us a review, we'll give you a how do you do on the show. And
hey. How do you do? I could be your boo, because she's talking to someone else. I'm alone on the shelf. I'm just playing. Album drops when I'm ready.
I just read a book with my book club. I really, really liked it. It is the main title is White Fragility. If you look that up, it's absolutely worth the read or the listen. I listened to it. It is insightful. There's a lot of really cool things to check out, especially because there's a lot of tumultuous activity still, and that's a good thing. We're going to keep things changing. We shouldn't rest on the okay when the okay is not okay for everyone. So let's educate ourselves and be allies, be actual allies. That's probably the biggest part about that book. Like, I am white and I have privilege, and it's something that doesn't get discussed, as opposed to, which is part of the reason why everything when race is brought up, that it's hard to talk about. But this is a good way to get a conversation going. It's called White Fragility. I believe the author's name is Robin DiAngelo, but I could be mistaken on that. I apologize if I am. Stacey, youthemom.com.
Hey, thank you. No, it is a good book for anyone of all races and creeds to read. It just helps you understand America's history a little more. So educate yourself.
Do your research.
Chelsea used
Do your
to say.
research. Educate yourself.
Yes.
But for actual, educate yourself.
Right? I'm just saying. Per usual, super shouts out to Dave.
Oh, I'm just here behind the scenes hanging out.
I'm like, oh God, David's dead. I'm like, I don't hear him.
Listen, thank you guys so much for listening. We're getting really close to 4 years. I think it might even be next week.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You're
right.
getting fruit and flowers, babe.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get you an edible arrangement. It's fruit in the shape
I was
of
gonna say,
flowers.
I happen to know because of another show that the 3-year anniversary gift is leather. I don't know about 4.
We talked about that
Flowers.
before. It is fruit and flowers, but Chelsea, we've talked about leather before. Because I was
Yes.
like, what would you get? A wallet or like a strap on a watch? Yeah, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Innocent till proven guilty. Listen, that's Stacey.
That's Chelsea.
And this is Reasons Why I'm Single. We'll see you guys next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Finger guns. Finger guns. My boss does that.